guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this look right here. I recently went on Instagram and asked you guys what kind of videos you want to see, and one of the suggestions were more soft glam makeup looks, which I totally get. You guys, I do a lot of crazy, super colorful eyeshadow looks, which are my favorite looks, but I also do love this really laid back, soft glam that's just really beautiful and just really meant to enhance your natural features. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this look today. And I'm finally using the new Dominique Cosmetics Transition Palette. I actually was not going to get this palette, you guys. I kept telling myself, like, Tatanisha, you do not need another transition palette. You don't need another neutral palette. You have enough. But then I seen that they were advertising this palette as like a face and eye palette. So it was a multi-use palette, and I was like, wait a minute. What do you mean you can use this on the eyes and the face? So I decided to pick it up. It's really beautiful, and not only am I using it on my eyes today, I'm also using it in my brows. For today's look, I decided to try the more fluffy brow trend that's going around. So I did use the Anastasia Brow Freeze, and then I used one of the shades in this palette to actually kind of fill in those more sparse areas of my brows, and I feel like they came out pretty good. I feel like they don't look as dramatic. I didn't want to do a super bold brow. You guys know that's my kind of brow. I love a really nice sculpted bold brow, especially when I do those really colorful looks. But for a look like today, I wanted it to be a really pretty soft glam that's very effortless. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this look today. Unfortunately, I did not film the brow portion for today's video, but if you guys are interested and want to see how I achieve these more natural enhanced brows, definitely let me know down below in the comments, and I'll film that for you guys. It'll be like a quick little tutorial for you guys to see. But yeah, other than that, I'm really excited to show you guys today's look. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into today's video. Before we jump in, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up if you guys enjoy soft glam looks. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys have not already. I do post a new video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And of course, as always, if you guys would like to see how I created this makeup look today, then just keep on watching. Alright, you guys, so let's jump into the rest of my makeup. I went ahead and did my brows off camera because I've been doing my brows a little bit different, especially when I do this kind of look. I like more of a natural, fluffy yet sculpted brow, but not too sculpted. You guys know I love a really strong brow. I think it's really pretty, and as you guys can see by my videos, or if you've seen any of my makeup tutorials, my brows are usually pretty sculpted, very shaped. I do usually outline the top and bottom of my brows, but for a makeup look like today, I only fill in my brows with just a little bit of brow powder or like an eyeshadow. So actually for today's brows, I did use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. This is what it looks like right here. Mine looks disgusting because I actually used the top of it to actually like distribute the product. That way I can close the product immediately because this does dry out. And then I just go in with any type of powder. You can use an eyeshadow like I did today. I actually used the Dominique Cosmetics Transition Palette. It's a really pretty everyday neutral palette, and as you guys can tell, I used this shade right here today for my brows, and the shade was perfect. So I'm really loving how my brows look for today. It's something more natural, a little bit fluffier, and that is basically it for the brows. So we're gonna move on to the eyes with a makeup look like today. I usually just keep the eyes really, really simple. What I am gonna do though is go ahead and apply some concealer. As you guys can see, I have some discoloration on my lids. I have a lot of veins on my lids, and I kind of just want to counteract all of that and have a really nice kind of like a blank canvas. So I'm going to go ahead and just apply some concealer, and the concealer that I always use for this is this one right here. This is the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. So this is meant to be a concealer, and you can also get it in a darker shade to use it as a contour. So I usually apply about that much, and then I'm just going to go in with the buffing brush. This right here is the Morphe M173 brush, and I'm just going to basically pat and blend this out just like that, so you guys can kind of see what that did. Now we have like a nice blank canvas. There's no discoloration showing through. And if you have any leftover concealer or you apply too much like I just did, you can always bring it around like your tear duct area because we're going to apply concealer anyway. Okay, so I went ahead and blended out that concealer on my eyelid, and obviously it's wet and I don't want it to crease, so I'm going to go ahead and set it with some powder. I'm just going to be using this powder right here. This is just the Urban Decay, I believe, All Nighter or All Night setting powder. I like this setting powder just for this purpose. I don't use it on the skin. like on my actual face, but for this right here, it's perfect. So literally all I'm gonna do is go ahead and take a fluffy brush, and I'm just patting this powder over that concealer, just so that way it's nice and set and we know it's not going to crease or budge throughout the day. Just like that. And now I'm debating if we should do shadow or not today. Should I do shadow? You know what? I'm going to apply just a little bit of like a transition shade from the Dominique Cosmetics Transition Palette, just because I want to give this palette a try. I haven't used it yet. So I think I'm going to apply a little bit of the shade Caramel, which is actually really pretty. It's that color right over there at the top. And I'm honestly, you guys, just going to ever so slightly just apply this right into my crease, just to give the eyes a little bit of dimension. So that way, you know, there's a little bit of color in there. I'm also going to go into a little bit of the shade Natural, which is like a pretty cream shade. And I'm just going to pop this a little bit on the lid. I feel like I want to deepen up the outer corner just a little bit. So I'm going to go into the shade... I don't want to go too dark, so I think I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is called Mocha. And I'm just going to put that right on the outer part of my eye, like right here. Just like that, you guys. So like I said, very natural, very pretty, very minimal. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and apply some mascara to my lashes. I do want to shout out this mascara, you guys. I just recently got this mascara and I am blown away. This is the new L'Oreal Air Volume Mega Mascara. You guys know I'm super picky with my mascaras. The only one I've ever like raved about is the KKW Beauty Mascara. That one is a holy grail, but this one is amazing, you guys. The brush is really nice. Let me actually show you guys what the brush looks like. And I feel like it picks up a lot of product, but it's not something that's going to clump up. It is phenomenal. So for primer, I'm going to be using the Rare Beauty Illuminating Primer. I was going to say Optimist Primer. Why do I feel like that was the name? I have no idea. But this is the Illuminating Primer. This is what it looks like right here. This primer is really pretty. And I'm using it today because it has like a glow to it. It has a little bit of shimmer in here. It's really beautiful on the skin. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some of this. I want my skin to be really nice and glowy and dewy. So I feel like this primer is perfect for the look that I'm trying to achieve today. Just like that. Do you guys see that glow? It's really pretty. It's also really nice and hydrating. Like I said, even on your fingertips, once you go ahead and blend it onto your skin, you'll see on your hand that you have like those little shimmer particles. I honestly don't mind because like I said, right now this glow is everything. So before I apply foundation, I'm also going to actually mist my face with this e.l.f. Restoring Facial Oil Mist. I have been obsessed with these, you guys. I have so many. I think I have all of them at this point. And they're so nice and hydrating. And right before foundation, it's heavenly. You definitely need to try it. Okay, so that facial mist is nice and dried down at this point, and now as you guys can see, my skin is really nice and dewy and glowy, which is, girl, exactly what we want, okay? So now for foundation, I am going to go in with the Bite Beauty Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation. This one is in the shade L30. I love this foundation, you guys. I haven't used it in a while. It's a beautiful Your Skin But Better kind of foundation, which is perfect for today's look. However, it has really nice coverage, and it feels really lightweight on the skin, so it's also not heavy. And I really do enjoy it. Like I said, I haven't used it in a while. And you can honestly blend this out with a beauty blender. You can blend it out with the brush, whatever you prefer. This sponge right here is the Colored Rain sponge. I have been obsessed with it. So I'm actually going to use a sponge instead. It's just faster, and the brush was just taking a little bit too long. That's one side with foundation. As you guys can see, like I said, it's like a Your Skin But Better. And the color is actually perfect for me right now. You guys, I'm so pale right now. It's unbelievable. So I'm going to go ahead and just blend out everything else really quickly. Okay, so I am going to go in with some cream bronzer. This is the Soul Body Face and Body Bronzer. I'm going to go ahead and just cream bronze a little bit with this and give our skin some color, you know? Give us a little bit of a bronze. Alright, you guys, so the skin is nice and bronzed. And as you guys can see, the bronzer is not too dark, which is perfect because obviously, I don't want to have a super dark bronzer when I'm not really wearing anything on the eyes, and it's more of a simple soft glam. So what I'm going to do now is go in with some concealer. For concealer today, I'm going in with this one right here. This is just the Morphe concealer in the shade 1.65. I really like this concealer, you guys, and it looks really beautiful underneath the eyes. So for a makeup look like today's look, it is perfect. It has really nice coverage, but it's not like the fullest of the fullest. It's more of a medium to buildable coverage, but it's very skin-like, which is what I personally love about it. Okay, so I'm going to start to just blend this out. By the way, if the lighting changes, you guys, I apologize. 1 minute it's super warm, and then 1 minute it goes back to like the cool tones that I have it on. But there's like literally nothing I can do because there's a window right over there. So the lighting keeps changing based on how bright the sun is in the room at the moment. So I apologize, you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and blend this out real quick. Do you guys see what I mean? It's very skin-like, very pretty. I love this concealer. It's so nice. And the best part is it's affordable because it's Morphe. So concealer's on, cream bronzer's on. Now it's time for one of my favorite things, which is blush, but not powder blush. I'm going to go ahead and apply some cream blush before I go ahead and set everything with powder. All right, you guys. So for liquid blush today, I'm going to be using this one from Rare Beauty. This is actually one of my favorite shades that they carry. This one is in the shade Bliss. It's a beautiful pink blush. I think it is gorgeous, and these are super pigmented, so I usually take about like 2 stripes like that. Do you guys see the color? It's like really pretty, very natural. I love it. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and just set my under eyes in place. I'm going to be just using my COLLAB Set the Stage powder. Okay, so that's pretty much done. To set the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. This one right here is in the shade Light 15. And I'm just going to swirl my brush in here and apply it to the rest of my face. And then when I basically have applied the powder everywhere else besides the cream bronzer and over the liquid blush, then I'll take whatever is left and I'll lightly just press it over those cream products because I don't want to diminish the color. I just want to set it just a little bit so when I go in with the powder bronzer and the powder blush, they won't get patchy and stick to a certain area. So that's my little trick in case you guys have been having problems with cream products. You see that your powders are not going on seamlessly over them. Alright, you guys, now it's time for bronzer. I don't want to go in with a super dark bronzer because, like I said, today's look is more natural. I don't want it to be too overdone. So I'm not going to be using my dark tan from MAC. Instead, I'm going to be using my Jouer Hydrate and Set Powder in the shade Tan. This is what the color looks like right here. And this is actually meant to be a face powder, but I bought it in a darker shade to be a bronzer, and it's perfect. The formula is so nice and smooth. So I'm going to go ahead and take just a little bit of this, and I'm applying my bronzer with the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill brush in JH02. I get a lot of questions about this brush. This is what it looks like right here. It's a really nice fluffy brush, which is amazing because it applies the bronzer for you and it blends it at the same time. So the way that I like to apply my bronzer initially is literally just stamping it on first. And what this is doing is basically setting that cream bronzer first. So that way once I start to actually go in buffing circular motions with my bronzer, it's not going to get muddy or it's not going to disrupt the cream product that's underneath. So I went ahead and set it, and then now I'm just going to start to buff it in. So that's a little trick as well. You guys definitely, if you have any problems with cream products, it's probably the way that you're layering your cream and your powder. So just be cautious of that and be aware. But once you get the hang of it, it's so nice. I don't know what I would do without cream bronzer now. Alright, you guys, so bronzer is done. The base is looking really nice, very flawless. So what I'm going to do now is apply some powder blush. And I'm using Milani's Luminoso. This is like everyone's favorite blush, and I'm using it for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, it's my favorite blush as well. And reason number 2, it has this really beautiful luminosity to it. It is a baked product, so it's very finely milled, you guys. It's so beautiful. It honestly just gives your cheeks the perfect amount of glow that if you didn't want to apply highlighter, you didn't need to, because this is kind of like your blush and highlight in one. It's stunning. So I'm going to be taking this on a Morphe E4 brush. I just recently started applying my blush up here first, and then whatever's left, I'll take it to the apple of my cheeks. And kind of like even up to my temples, just so that way the face just looks a little bit more lifted. What I'm going to do now is work on my lower lash line, so let's do that real quick. I think what I want to do too is add a little bit of brown eyeliner to my top lash line. So the liner that I'm going to be using today is from Stila. This is the Stila Stay All Day double-ended waterproof liquid liner in the shade dark brown. So what I'm going to do is just line my lash line just a little bit, and the way I'm going to do this, which is the easiest way I found, what I'm going to do is basically just stamp it on like this. This is literally going to do the work for you. Just like that. Do you guys see what I'm saying? It's like the tiniest line, but it gives your lashes almost like a base to it, so your lashes look a little bit more thicker, a little fuller, just like that. It's very simple, very easy, but it makes a big difference. So what I'm gonna do now is the lower lash line. So I'm gonna put a nude liner in my waterline, and I'm gonna be using the Too Faced Killer Liner in the shade Killer Cashmere. And honestly, if you guys wanted to, you can always skip out on that part. You don't have to apply anything in the waterline. You can leave it bare. So now let's go ahead and move on to the lower lash line. I'm literally just going to apply those couple of brown shades that I put in my crease under there, and then that's basically it. I'm going to add some lower lash mascara, and then we can move on to the lips. Okay, you guys, so I did a thing. I applied a lash. However, I applied half of the lash, if that makes sense. So I don't have the lash band coming all the way in here like it usually does. It's just going from like this part of my eye and out. So it's kind of just giving me kind of like that cat eye, like elongated kind of look. And I think it looks so pretty. Obviously, like I said, you can do this look without any lashes and that would be perfect. But girl, I'm a lash kind of girl. The lashes that I actually used are from Ardell. This is one of their newer styles. I got it at Ulta. This is the new Ardell 8D lash, and this one is in the style, it doesn't have a style name, but it has a style number, and it's in the style 953. This is what the lashes look like right here, and they are beautiful, you guys. All right, you guys, so for highlight, I'm going to be using this one from Hourglass. I'm pretty sure this is expired, but I'm going to use it anyway. This is the Ambient Light Strobe Lighting Powder. I know they still carry these Ambient Light powders, but I don't know if they have this specific one, because like I just said, I've had this in my collection for a really, really long time, and occasionally I do like to use it. So I'm going to be taking it on an Anastasia brush. This is the A23 highlighting brush. So I'm just going to dip my brush right inside this powder, of course tap it off, and then I'm just going to apply it to the skin like so. As you guys can see, it gives you that beautiful like glow from within kind of look, which is exactly the kind of glow that I'm going for today's look. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of dust this on my face just like that, and then that's basically it. I'm going to go ahead and do my lips. I'm not sure what I'm going to put on my lips for today, so I'm going to go find some lip products, and then we can do the lips, and then we'll put some setting spray, and then we'll finally be done with this soft glam kind of look. Alright guys, so for lip liner, I'm going in with the KKW lip liner in the shade Nude number 2. So as you guys can see, I already lined my lips, and I'm going to go ahead and just fill them in just a little bit. And then for liquid lipstick, I'm going to go in with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics I'm Nude. So just like that. I know it looks crazy, but we're going to blend it out right now. Just like that. So that's a really beautiful lip combo on its own. Obviously, you can leave it like this. I think I want to add a gloss. Yeah, I think I'm going to add a gloss. I've been obsessed with this gloss, you guys, and this brand does not make this gloss anymore, which is the brand Bite Beauty. They actually reformulated their line to be like 100% vegan, cruelty-free, and unfortunately, when they brought back their products, they didn't bring back this gloss or even the shade with the new formula, so I'm super sad about that. But every single time I wear this gloss, you guys ask what gloss I'm wearing, and it's this one from Bite Beauty. It's in the shade Flat White. If you guys have a dupe for this, or you found something comparable because you've tried this gloss before, please let me know, because I definitely need to find something that is this color. It's so beautiful. I'll swatch it for you guys. Luckily, I ended up finding a ton of them at a TJ Maxx, so I picked up whatever they had left on the shelf. But this is the color right here. It's a really beautiful nude gloss. I'm obsessed. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my lips. It's like the perfect gloss, and it's got the perfect amount of shine. So that's what the gloss looks like. It's a really pretty nude gloss, and that's basically it for this look. I'm going to go ahead and just set everything in place. And of course, I want a really beautiful glowy, dewy finish. So I'm going to be using my Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Mist, which you guys have all seen me use before. And I'm going to go ahead and just set my face with this. Just like that. And then I'm just going to take my little Batty Bee fan and dry everything down. So I'm currently editing this video and realized that I never filmed an outro. So I apologize, you guys, but this is the end of the video. That was the completed look. You guys saw the completed look in the intro, of course. So yeah, I apologize. I hope you guys can forgive me. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.